Hello, everyone. Star is coming. She's joining any moment. But we wanted to do a demo of the platform tonight. Star is excited about the opportunities that she can have on ours, and she wanted to share that information with everyone. So we are hanging out. So I'm going to give it, there we go.
Yes, Amy. Okay, we got it. Okay, so I need to open the room, right?
Yes.
Okay. Hey, can you do Ron in North Carolina?
North Carolina notaries cannot do Ron, but if a client is standing in North Carolina, they can connect and do a Ron.
Okay, so North Carolina notaries cannot do it.
No, not yet. They're working on it, but not yet.
Okay. But you said if a notary standing in front of the person?
If someone is standing in North Carolina, I could notarize for them as a Ron notary, but a North Carolina notary cannot do it over a computer, like in virtual sense.
Do you know I put this for 7 o'clock? I didn't know I put it for 7 o'clock versus 7:30. Did you?
Oh, well,
my God.
We're live on the Facebook channels. There's Judy.
Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Hi, little Star.
Hey, little Judy. I didn't even realize I put 7 o'clock for the room. Oh, my God.
I wondered why I didn't see it.
Oh, my God. We're super late. I thought I put 7:30. Hey, little Judy. I think I did put 7:30, but then I changed it.
Star. How's my little Star?
I am great. How are you?
Where is she? She's in the background. I want to see her.
Oh, my God. She's a lot of work.
Make me a mod, Star. Excuse us, everyone, while we get our stuff together.
All right, where's Baby Miracle? Hi, Baby Miracle.
Baby Miracle where is she? Let's see.
Does she want to meet Aunt Judy?
Say hi to Auntie Judy. Here.
Hi, Baby Miracle. How are you? Hi. I can't wait to meet you. I'm coming to meet you. I want to meet you on
birthday. Can you see that? Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
She watching TV. Okay, so are we? I am not computer savvy.
What are we doing here? What are we doing here? I have no idea.
Okay.
So what we are doing is connecting to the link at the top of the room.
Okay.
And that will connect you into the Zoom so you can see the demo.
Okay.
Somebody's got their phone next to the.
What are we here to talk about?
We're doing it inappropriate. And
I'm going to go get my water. I'll be right back.
Hey everybody, thank you for joining tonight. This is a live demo. And first of all, let me start. My name is Star. I'm commissioned in DC, Maryland, and Virginia. I am the proud owner of the Miracles of Life Mobile Notary Service. Let's see what else. And I'm also the founder of the Super Notary Mom Facebook group. So thank you for joining in. For those of you all who are in the audience, the reason why I chose this topic is because there are a lot of platforms that's out there, remote online notarization. And sometimes we could get confused about which one should we join, why should we join it, you know, and me doing Ron, which I only did one, it was a lot. It was a lot, y'all. It was a whole lot. So it was kind of deterrent for me to do Ron because I went through so much when I did my first one. So anyway, we're going to jump right in. And the topic again is there is too many platforms. Why choose Cyberize it? So after my whole ordeal with a company, a Ron company that I used, I was like so disappointed. I was like, I'm not going to ever use them anymore. And I had already knew about Amy platform at the time, but I was already signed up with them. So when I was introduced to Amy platform, I was like, oh my God. And when Amy was helping me with my Ron with another platform, which she didn't even have to, I was just so amazed. I'm like, wow, Amy, I didn't even sign up with you. And you're assisting me with my Ron with a whole nother platform. And I thought that in itself was everything. Support is everything. When you all are choosing these platforms, these ROM platforms, you want to make sure that you choose a platform that's there for you. I'm paying you my money. I need you to be there for me. Like when I need support, like my clients is not going to wait. They need this stuff done. Like they're not going to wait. They're going to move to the next person. And you're going to still charge me? Like so unfair. So when we're choosing these ROM platforms, you want to make sure that you choose someone that going to be there for you when you pick up that phone. So when Amy was there for me, I mean, that just like made me look at things totally different. So anyway, um, Amy, jump in. Can you introduce yourself and tell everybody who you are?
Definitely. So,
All right, let me back away from this thing. We've got to move away from the cameras and all this talking in Clubhouse. So my name's Amy. I am an Ohio Notary loan signing agent in Ron, and I created Cyberize last year. We launched in July, and we are now the largest hybrid platform in the United States, open in 35 states and 1 U.S. territory of Guam. So we've definitely expanded our reach beyond what I anticipated. And I hope that you can all click on the link and join the Zoom so you can see
the demo today, because that is going to be, I found the visual.
So click on the link, join us in the Zoom session. All right. Yes, I know the echo was there. I'm so sorry. But it should be ended now, right?
Yes, it has.
Perfect.
Where are we supposed to click? Where am I supposed to click?
Nothing.
Okay.
So
That's easy.
We're just giving everyone time to get over here from Clubhouse into the Zoom. And I am going to share my screen. All right. So hopefully you guys can all see my screen. Do I see a chat that says yes?
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, awesome. All right. So we should give Judy a chance. Judy, introduce yourself for us.
They probably know me. I'm Judy Lawrence. I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I do apostilles. I do general notary work. I do loan signing. I'm happy to be here. I'm a new Cyberize user. I love the platform. And I am trying to add Ron into my list of services. So Amy's done a phenomenal job of giving us all the tools we need in order to get this done.
All right. Now, let's do demo. So the first thing that I have is we offer a different, we do a different spin on training. So what we do is I have this dashboard and I tell everyone, don't lose your cool, go to notary.cool. And on this, it gives you all kinds of links to different aspects of our platform.
It's okay. You will go to. All right, put this on.
Can we meet?
There we go. Is that better? So anyway, you can see all of the different aspects of our platform. You can go in and get a price quote. So somebody put in the chat, how many stamps do you want to get a quote for? The first person to put a number in there, I'll do the quote on. Come on. 3. All right. So a 3 stamp document on our platform. Oops. Helps if I have my numbers lock on. All right. So we have this pricing projection calculator. And what it tells us is if the notary is paying for it, the notary will pay $13.99. If the client is being billed for it, they're going to get charged $56.99. And of that $56.99, $43 would go to the notary. So how that makes a difference, and this is one of the things that works with STAR, is that if you were a notary in, we'll say, Maryland, because that's where STAR is, they're only allowed to charge $5 per notary act. So 5 times 3 is $15. So hold on, let me actually type it better. 5 times 3 equals $15. So if STAR can only charge the client $15 and she has to pay $13.99, $15 minus $13.99, that means she's only going to get a profit of $1.01. Look, I did math in my head. Woohoo! So that makes it almost fiscally impossible for her to be a successful Ron with general notary work, because that's just ridiculous on the amount of costs that a lot of things are out there. So by changing it and her not charging the client and the platform doing it, she can actually see the benefit, and she can get that $43 for the same transaction only by switching who's charging the client. And that's a huge aspect, because Maryland's not the only state that runs into this. Michigan, Arizona, New Jersey, all of these different states have this kind of limit on their platform aspects and or the billing aspects. So switching it over will definitely help. Just one moment here. All right. So there is that aspect of the platform. And I wanted to show the calculator to you so you could see. So if we said there was 5 transactions, again, it changes the cost, but it changes the profit to the notary as well. We also offer something else. It's called the marketing tools. So a notary that's on the platform can go in here to the images, and they can actually customize ads that we've put out there. In addition to that, we've done these templates. Well, we've paid for these templates. And you could go in here and there's all of these designs already made, and you can custom them for your own business. So you just go in here and you can change the word, and you can say online notarization, and you can say, okay, let me change the photo, and you can change the colors, everything, and make it yours. So that is something interesting that we do, and not anyone else either. And I see Star's on the phone, otherwise I'd pull her in. But anyway, there's that aspect of the platform. But now let's get into the platform. All right. Unless anyone has questions regarding those two aspects, let me stop screen share a moment. And Judy, any questions?
No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm
Okay.
very good.
All right. Star, let us know when you're ready and we'll bring you back in, okay? Are you good?
Yeah, I'm here, but we have some people that can't get on. So I'm trying to help them get in.
Okay. The website to get on the Zoom is cyberizeitlive.com.
Mommy,
I'm going to put that in
at
the
that house.
Cyberizeitlive.com. I'm putting that in the chat.
So just bear with me 1 minute. We've got a client who just failed their KBA, and we're...
Hey, can you see them? Can you hear them?
Mm-hmm.
You can't hear them at all?
So give me 1 moment. We're trying to do tech support.
So the link above Clubhouse, it's not working for you? Okay. So yeah, put your name in. You got to put your name in. Yep.
All right. So sorry about that. So we're just going to give everyone a few minutes to kind of get into the Zoom.
Are you going from a specific room in Clubhouse?
Yes, so Star has a room open in Clubhouse as well to help bring everyone in so we can get everybody at once.
But can you hear? You see her, but you can't hear her. Amy,
Yes.
they see you, but they can't hear you.
They can't hear me on Zoom?
No. Well, it might be just. Can you ask somebody else? Can they hear you? I can hear you.
They were responding to my questions on Zoom.
Oh, they are. Okay, so maybe. Okay, so maybe it's just her.
Yes, they can hear us.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. So I did put a chat in Clubhouse. So let me go on mute a moment, and I'm going to step into the Clubhouse room, and I'll be right back, everyone. And then we'll do the demo. We just want to get everyone in here for it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And is your mic unmuted? Well, is your volume up? Is your volume got to be okay? Okay, she's talking to Clubhouse. So, do you even hear her on Clubhouse? Are you on the same phone, Clubhouse phone?
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the platform. And we have the ability to log in. And once the notary logs in, you'll see this dashboard. And on the dashboard, you'll see the last 5 transactions that you were a part of. And if you click open, you'll see the journal entry and aspects. You'll notice there's no video here because this is the test database and we don't actually do video in this session. But you get an idea of the entire transaction, how much it cost, who the client was, whether or not you bypass their ID validation, et cetera, et cetera. You can download the document or the audit report for that session. We have the job board, which is if someone comes to our website, like the one that I just checked on, and was posting something to the board, it would go here, and any notary that meets the criteria that the client has specified would be able to take that notarization and perform it. They don't have to sell it. They don't have to do ID proofing. The client's already done all of that. So then we have the journals. And these are just the long-term journals of everything that you've done as a notary. And you can export them into a CSV or Excel file. If you have a journal entry, let me find one here, that is a draft or pending status, you can actually remove it. So I can actually delete 67 from December 28th, and I can hit delete, and it will move it to my deleted notarizations file. Now, if for some reason the client calls me and says, oh, I still want that, you can simply click on that notarization and hit restore. And it'll put it back into your journal and you can restart that notarization. Payments. This up here at the top is the amount of money that you earned on the platform. So if you did a notarization on our system and it charged the client, then this is where you would be able to get that money paid out to you. It automatically pays out to you every Monday. But if you've got money in this green box right here, you can request it daily by hitting that request payout. And there's no approval needed. It's automatic. It's your money. Do with it as you please. Now, at the bottom, hold on one moment here. At the bottom, there is an ability to add your credit card. And this is if you are going to prepay for the transaction. It is not for when the client's paying on the platform. So this is not necessarily required by you if you're not going to charge. If you're going to charge through the platform the whole time, you'll never have to do that. But if you're like me and I do stuff for title, and title's going to mail me a check 30 days later, then I would go in there and I would pay for the platform fee, and then I would get the check from title later. So that way I would know what I'm getting as a profit. Next, I have my clients area, and this allows you to see your client list and reach out to the client if you want to. Oh, I'm so sorry. Let me repeat all that because I didn't realize I was on mute. Thank you, Zanet. Okay, so this is the journal, and you can see all of the aspects of the journal if you click open. The job board, if a client comes to the website and has a job that they need notarized, it would post here. Now, a client can filter that based upon notary location, notary skills, the date and time, or even the language that they need the notary to speak. Next, you have the journals. And in this, if you have one that is a draft or pending, let me find one. You can, here we go. I can click on that and I can delete it. And then say 10 minutes later, the client calls me and they say, oh no, I want that. I want to do that now. Now I can go back to that one and I can restore and put it back into the active session. So I don't have to retype everything. The payments area, this at the top is where you've billed through the platform. And this is the amount of money that would transfer on the weekly. It automatically goes out weekly. Hold on one moment. Let's finish out here. If you leave the clubhouse room, you should be able to hear the Zoom just fine, Zanet. Does that help? Well, she's only in the clubhouse. She's not on the Zoom talking. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can come back in when we're done with the demo. About 20 minutes. Well, I would highly recommend they come in and actually see it because it's hard to visualize a demo on Clubhouse.
This is really great. This is great.
Well, then yes, close the room and we'll flip back over. No, it won't affect the demo at all. Okay, everyone. Sorry about that. All right. All right. Sorry about that, everyone. Does that sound better now? Everyone's good?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this is your balance. This is your money that's about to be paid out to you. And if you want to request it daily, you just simply hit this request payout and it will transmit to you however often as you want, daily, every other day, because it's your money. Down at the bottom, If you're going to start paying for transactions, paying the fee, then you would enter your own credit card. However, that's only if you're not billing through the platform. And that would be in the instance of doing like a seller's package or any kind of real estate transaction where title is going to mail you a check later. They would do that. And no, there's no cost to cash out daily. You can request it every day, and there's no additional fees for that. So there is a criteria. You have to have $25. But other than that, you can request it every day. So, and it's automated. As soon as you hit this request payout, now we're in the testing database, so it's not going to let me do it. But I could simply hit that request, and it would do it immediately. So it would transfer. But the bottom part, the credit card's only applicable if you're going to pay for the transaction and the client's going to mail you a check or they're going to pay you another way. We offer the ability for you to witness on our platform, and for every time you witness, you get $5. And this list is where you've witnessed. It's not kept with your notary journal because you're not notarizing, you're just witnessing, but this does give you the ability to check that out. And then finally, these last two tags right here, this one takes you to the training page that we were already on. And then this one allows you to pre-tag a document ahead of time. All right. Mm-hmm. Now let's go back and let's actually do a notarization. And I'm going to kind of go through this a little bit quick, but we will select our client's email address. We'll upload our files. So we'll just kind of pick one here. And we will say it's a real estate document, for lack of a better word. And we would make sure the information's correct, entering the client's date of birth, everything about them. We can add up to 10 signers in a session. So you can add up to 10. And each one of them would have the ability to go through ID proofing if it was required. If I wanted to add extra witnesses that weren't a credible witness, they're just a witness to the transaction, I could add that down here. Now, one thing, if there's more than 4 signers, there's a $3 fee per extra signer. So signer 5 and above, there would be an extra charge of $5 or $3. And then for the witnesses, if we're adding a witness from the platform, that is an extra charge of $5 per witness. And that that whole $5 goes to the notary that does the witness. The platform doesn't take a cut of that. So now we just hit continue. And this right here allows us 2 options. If I send a client, the client is going to pay with their credit card. If I prepay it, I'm going to pay for it with my credit card. And unfortunately, I can't increase the screen size. I'm sorry. Hold on here. Let me exit that out. Let me see if I can. Did that help any? But, all right. So now I'm just going to hit prepay. And now it's going to say, is the information correct? And I'm going to say yes. And now I'm going to pay that $11.99. And that $11.99 includes up to 4 signers, 1 notary stamp. It's going to allow up to 5 documents. And the documents each can be almost 500 pages. So that could be a 2,500 page document if done correctly. And then it also includes the 10 years of storage. So you don't have to pay any extra for the storage. So I'm going to hit confirm. And now I have more options. I can send it to the client to schedule with me. I can schedule it for the future, or I can hit notarize it because we're ready now. So I'm going to hit notarize it. And now we'll see the screen. And in a moment, you'll be able to see an acceptance of the notarization. There it is. So now I'm going to just simply click accept. And now it is going to open up and I will be able to add a witness if needed. Now, mind you, we're on the test database, so it's a little bit strange on the shape, but here on the bottom, there's a button and I would be able to pull in witnesses from this section. I'm just going to simply hit next because being on the test database, it's not going to show any other witnesses. You'll notice a white screen appeared. That would be Zoom opening for you so that your audio visual session is started. And I'm going to reshape this back to the original size. Now we've got a few different things up here. So right here, if Zoom didn't open, you could launch Zoom right now. At any time, the notary can cancel the notarization. To see the ID that the client used, you would just simply click this View All button right there, and you would have access to see those IDs. We'll talk about this in a moment, but at all times, our support information is available. You can call or text us in the session and get an instant access to us. And then this one is for at the end, so we're going to leave that alone as well. Now, I'm going to change the emails in here because these are test emails. And we want to be able to access the document after we've signed it. Right here, this right here changes the language that the client gets the instructions in. So if you know your client speaks Japanese as their main language, it will change the words to Japanese. It won't change the document. It only changes the instructions. So if I know they speak Thai, there we go. Did you see that change? So you can see all of these different languages and you can change it as needed so that your client gets the best experience on the platform. All right. So now I'm going to clear those. If you needed to add a loose leaf certificate, you would just simply click this Add Files and pull it right from your computer. So I can say acknowledgement. Voila, now I have an acknowledgement on there. And I can rearrange the files so that they're in a specific order that I want them to be. If for some reason you're in the middle of getting the session going and Title Now says, oh, we got a new file for you, you can simply delete and add your new file, and it will change the entire document of the session. So now from we'll change the actual file. So you'll see it is different than the one I uploaded. Once done, you just simply hit next. And then you get into the tagging of the document. And this is the area where you are especially important because none of this is automated. Some of it is, but not all of it. You have to make sure it's correct. And you have to make sure the notary block is correct for you. So up in the top right, you can select the different signers. So we'll say that these are all correct. I can resize. And it's important to understand that resizing aspect. So I'm going to leave those one big, one small. And then down here, we will change to the notary. And I would be able to add my signature as a notary. So some states allow for an electronic digital certificate signature. Some states require an independently validated digital signature. And we have the tags for both of those. And then, of course, your stamp. Another thing that's really different about our platform, I'm going to move this to this page, is that you never upload your certificate credentials or your stamp to our platform. It always remains on your computer. And now I'm just going to hit send. And this is when this view agreement here at the top comes into play. So after I hit send, I just hit view agreement. And as the notary, I'll be able to monitor this document as we go forward. So I can now see the document as it loads, and I can have additional tools on the right-hand side. So if I need to still modify or change the file, I can still do that. but the client got an email to notarize, to sign the document. So they get this email here. And I am going to open this link as the client, and we will sign it. So the client can sign there and there. Now, if you see, I think everyone out there can see the difference in those two signatures. Size matters. Bigger is better. So definitely make sure when you're tagging the document, you definitely put as much space as available into those areas. And you can use the predetermined tags to do names and things and dates. I didn't do that on this one, but that's okay. So now as the client, I'm going to hit sign. And as the notary, I can refresh my screen and I am able to see that that first person has signed the document. You can see it here and you can see it on the screen. Okay. Now, the notary got an email to sign the document. So they're going to take this link and they are going to open it and they are going to sign it. So if you're in a state like mine that allows electronic signatures, you don't have to do anything super fancy. You can just click on it. And the one thing that's for sure is the notary's name always has to be in their handwriting. Okay, so isn't that beautiful? And then I can upload my stamp. Select stamp. I go to my computer. I am going to select this image as my stamp today. And that is how you affix your stamp. You scroll down and you can just click and now it'll auto-populate. To digitally sign with an independently validated digital certificate, there's a few extra steps that are required. So I'm going to click digitally sign and I'm going to click download because IdenTrust is the download with Adobe because it sits in your Adobe files or your internet browser file and it is literally on your computer. So I'm going to hit next and this is telling me to make sure I've done all of my fields and I have. So now I'm going to hit continue to sign. Download because it has to be on my computer to sign it. And now I'm going to open the file in Adobe Acrobat. And when I scroll down, I will see a yellow tab telling me where to sign. So I'll click on the box. It's going to populate my digital certificate that's on my computer. And many times your digital certificate originally is going to look like this, and that is not valid. You need to have one that has your wet signature on it. Hold on here. So there is my digital certificate signature. It has my wet signature on it. And then I'm going to enter my IdenTrust password. And then it is signed. It is done. So now, just close out a couple of these windows here. And the notary can refresh their screen. And it takes it a second. It always seems longer. It's like watching a pot boil. And you will be able to see everything has been signed. See? So now the notary would simply hit complete notarization, enter the number of notarial stamps that were affixed, the type of notarization, and submit. And that's it. So that is how it's done on Cyberize It. And now we'll go back to Clubhouse. So if anyone else, unless anyone has any questions in chat that they want to see, this is your chance on Zoom, or I'm gonna stop sharing on the thing. But all right. So if anyone has any questions, I am monitoring both the chat. Here we go. Do you have to sign it every time, or can you save a wet signature to your computer like your stamp? You can save your wet signature to your Adobe account, and when you click on it, it will instantly affix your wet signature. In Michigan, does not require a digital certificate, independently owned digital certificate, so it works just fine on that, just like Ohio. Any other questions? Star, Judy, anyone?
Yeah, you didn't show them my favorite part.
Oh, what's that?
The big C.
Oh, yes.
My favorite part.
Oh, all right. Hold on. I hit the wrong button.
Everybody's going to really like this. I'm telling you.
All right. So if I am in Cyberize it
Uh-huh.
and I need to refresh my screen,
Uh-huh.
I just simply hit the big C and it refreshes and goes back to the thing. I did get a question about venue. So give me a second. I got to go back in here and I'm going to set one up again while we're doing this. We'll put today's date. Continue, prepay. Notice I can move along pretty quickly. It's all about getting used to it. Wouldn't you agree with that, Judy? Once you get the point you click done, it's much easier.
It's definitely, and when you get also when you get used to the dashboard, because that's really where everything is. And in the beginning, that was confusing, but now you do know where to look for everything. That's the bottom line, where to look for it.
Exactly. Getting used to, okay, here's what I need, here's what I see, here's what I'm doing, that kind of thing. So the question was, how do I change the venue when the venue's wrong for me? So I'm going in here and I'm going to leave this as 2 again. And there's actually, and I'm going to add another acknowledgement just so you can see 2 different ways to fix the same document. Okay. So now we are going forward.
Hey, Amy, I got a question.
Yeah.
So I don't know, and I apologize if this question was already asked. But if you, how can I say this? So I know I had asked you, actually, this is a 2-part question. I had asked you about North Carolina. You had said that North Carolina, they're not doing Ron in North Carolina, or they are?
No, not yet. They're not yet. They have it on the books, but they don't have it yet. It's in the process of being approved, but legislation has not approved it yet.
So what if myself, by me being a notary, I guess I probably know this answer, but I just want to hear you say it. By me being commissioned in DC, Maryland, and Virginia, what if I was in North Carolina and someone wanted a notary? I wouldn't be able to do it because they can't, because I'm not in North Carolina, but although it's a Ron, I still won't be able to do it because I'm in the state of North Carolina.
Okay, so if you are a Ron notary, you have to have your feet physically in the state of your commission. Now, that does not necessarily mean in the state that you are commissioned in, but in your area of commission, because a few states do allow you to do it outside of your state. As long as you are in your commissioned area, you can perform an online notarization with anyone, anywhere in the world or outside of it. And that includes states that don't allow Ron for their notaries yet, such as California, Connecticut, Illinois, California, South Dakota. You could still, or Georgia, you could still do the Ron, but you physically have to be in your commissioned area. So I can't be in Florida and do a Ron because I'm an Ohio notary. Okay. I have to be in Ohio. Star, you are triple commissioned. So you could, as long as DC, Maryland, and Virginia all had Ron, and you were Ron certified in every one of those states, you could be in DC, Maryland, or Virginia. But in this instance, you can do it if you're in Virginia, and you can do it if you're in Maryland, but you can't do it if you're in DC because DC doesn't allow it yet.
Right. DC
Okay.
don't allow. Okay.
But the clients can be in DC and connect to you when you're in Maryland, and they can do it online because the law has no impact on the client.
Just us.
Yep, just the notary. All right, so now I'm going to backtrack one moment, Star, just so I can kind of go through Shanique's question here. So the first example here of this notarial block, I put X's over the state and county, and I put my initials, and then I made a text box so that I can correct the venue for myself. On the next one, I uploaded an image over top of that, and then another image so that I can white out the area that I don't want seen at the end. So now I'm just going to add a simple signature to each of these so that it doesn't make an ugly thing, and I'm going to hit send. So Star, what's your next question? You said you had two.
Yeah, so my next question is, although, I guess it's not even a question, it's a statement. Although you can't do the demo in Clubhouse, a lot of the questions that I have received are like questions about Cyberize it. So when we're done, if the people that's online, that's on here now, if they can just go back to Clubhouse for those who wasn't able to actually see the demo but actually have questions for Amy, that would be awesome, because there are a lot of questions for Amy that I was asked that obviously I can't answer. So I'm done.
Oh, definitely. We'll go back there because a lot of the intricate details of how Ron works, or is this allowed or is that allowed, we can definitely do on Clubhouse. It's just hard to do the visualization on Clubhouse. So you can see here, I've X'd out the state and county that was there. I've initialed above it, and then I wrote the new venue that is where I'm physically at. And this is one option. And now we'll sign that and be done. And now the next signer or the next notary aspect would come into play. One moment here. And we'll actually use an image to do the same thing. So you have a few options. Once you get really familiar with how to tag a document, you can be extremely creative. So there's that one. I'm just going to put something here. And now I have an image predetermined, pre-saved. One moment here. Let's see. Go to pictures and my stamp. And I have my venue saved. So then I can take and I can white out the area that I don't want seen after we're done. And now I hit sign. Now, if I open this file up, you'll see how it looks. So there's the first way. Let me increase the size on this. So you can see the first way. I'm not a fan of this. I think it looks, it does not look very professional. If I go down here, that looks so much better. How many would you agree? Number ones, which one do you think? This number one or number two? This is number two. This is number one. Which notary block looks better to you? Number one, number two. All right. So those are two different ways that you can correct the venue on the platform. So hopefully that helps answer that question. And now I will exit that out and we can close this notarization again. And I'll flip back to StreamYard. Yep, number twos. I'm getting lots of twos. All right. But definitely learn how to tag the document, because that's where I see a lot of people struggle with online notarization. The rest of the stuff is seamless, but when you put a tag in the wrong spot or assign it to the wrong person, that's when it'll screw it all up for everyone. And no matter what platform you're on, if you tag it wrong, it's going to be problematic. So any other last questions? And if it's not platform specific like this, we'll flip back over to Clubhouse and you can ask your questions audibly.
Amy, is this being recorded?
It is recorded and being live streamed in your group, my group, and Judy's.
Yay.
Oh, awesome. I was just about to, you are amazing, Amy.
Good,
Girl,
because
that was my next question. I was about to say, Amy, I need you to send this to the group. Oh my God, you are amazing. And I need a glass of that wine.
Yeah, we'll go get some.
Yes. Okay, thanks, Amy.
You know what, Star, I got one more thing I want to show that I didn't show. I got asked if there are trainings on how to tag. So if I'm going to kind of go through my onboarding really quickly and the onboarding training. So if I go here and I go to the new notary onboarding, you can only access this after you've purchased. So don't go on there and think you're going to get full access, because you won't, not until you pay. But you can create your profile. You can get your electronic stamp. We do that for free. You have the ability to look at your state-specific laws. So if I start the course and I go to the states, so let's do Maryland, because that's where Star's from. I can look at Maryland and I can say, do I need a digital certificate? Yes, you need an independently validated digital certificate, and you can buy this here. Now, what kind of ID proofing am I allowed to use as a Maryland notary? I have to use KBA and ID credential analysis unless I have personal knowledge. Cool. Okay. Am I able to use a credible witness? Yes, as long as they validate through ID proofing methods. So as long as the credible witness validates, you can use them. And then we tell you what a credible witness is. Are there document restrictions for a notary in Maryland? A Maryland notary cannot do a will via online notarization. So you know what that means, Star?
It means that you can't notarize something online.
Yeah, you cannot do a will as a Maryland notary online.
Okay.
But as an Ohio notary, I can. So that means if you've got a client and they need a will done online, you connect them to somebody else and you help and you be the facilitator and you make that solution happen for them. Because then the next time they need a notary, they're going to call you because you didn't say, oh, sorry, can't do it. Right?
So, okay. So if they're here in Maryland and they they need a will like yesterday, obviously I can't do it. So I will call you, or I would connect to Cyberize it to get an Ohio notary. Is that right?
Yeah, you actually, so there's lots of states that allow them to do a will online. So Ohio, Florida, Arizona, Nevada, all of them, Pennsylvania can do a will online. Colorado can't, and Maryland can't. I think those are the only two states that I remember off the top of my head. Don't quote me on that. That's memory. But those two states you can't do a will online. But someone can be physically in Maryland and connect to a notary in Ohio or Florida and have their will done online, and it's legal.
Okay, so what about Virginia? Because Virginia is next to us. That's part of the DMV.
Okay, well, hold on. Let me do. So then I've got is Ron or Ren legal, and you can do Ron but not Ren. So now let's go to another state. Let's go to Virginia. Let's see what Virginia says. So Virginia has no limits on what documents can be notarized as per the notarial law. Now, keep in mind, this is not whether or not it'll be accepted. It's whether or not it's legal to do. Legal to do is one thing. Accepted by the receiving agency is a different subject matter. So could we do it online? Yes. Does it mean they're going to take it? No. It means that they might take it, or you need to ask questions whether they'll take it. And when I say you, I don't mean the notary, I mean the client, because it's not our job to find out if it's going to be accepted. It's the client's job. So anyway, we offer this kind of training in our database. In addition to that, we go through terminology. We have platform training. So I've got all of these different aspects here, and you can watch videos on how things are done, but also we have a muscle memory. You can go on here and you can say, okay, there's no video here. I just click the little hotspot, and then it tells me what happens on that screen. And then I click the hotspot, and it tells me what happens when I do that button there. And then here. And that helps me remember where my mouse is going and what will happen when I click on that spot. So again, I have a learning disability. My daughter does too. We try to really accommodate. If you're a visual learner, this is great. If you're an audio learner, the other one with the videos is better. You really can do what you want to do. We also offer handbooks that you can download. They're 30 pages, and you pick the one based upon the signature that you have to do. So it's customized for you as a notary. In addition to that, if you're able to do biometric verification, there are 5 states that allow it. Those are Florida, Virginia, Louisiana, Montana, and Wyoming. And then you have the training for biometrics, and then you have the access request here. After that, it's just validating, and we have a little bit of an enhanced training that'll teach you special skills, but that's it. So that is the onboarding and training that we offer. Oh, there we go. Thank you. All right. Any other last minute questions? If not, we'll flip back over to Clubhouse. All right, Star, I'm not seeing any kind of commentary here. So I think we are good to go back over to Clubhouse and answer the questions audibly.
Okay. All right. Awesome.
So if anyone's watching from any of the other Facebook groups, we're going to be in the Supermom Notary Room on Clubhouse in just a few moments.
Thank you, everybody. Appreciate y'all. See you in a few.
Thanks, everybody.